When organizations enter into strategic planning, they conduct different types of relevant research and analysis. Marketers often talk about summarizing and concluding their research and analysis in a SWOT and a TOWS.
The SWOT analysis looks at internal and external factors that can affect our business. Internal factors include our strengths and weaknesses, whereas external factors are the threats and opportunities for our business. If an issue or situation would exist, even if our business didn't, such as changes in technology or a major flood, it is an external issue. A SWOT analysis is a useful tool for brainstorming and strategic planning. We can get more value from a SWOT analysis if we conduct it with a specific objective or question in mind. For example, SWOT analysis can help us decide if and how we should take advantage of a new business opportunity, respond to new trends, implement new technology, and deal with changes to a competitor's operations. When we're conducting an individual SWOT analysis, it's important to keep in mind that a strength for one issue might be a weakness for another. We may also identify a weakness, such as a gap in the market, that we're not currently covering, which could be seen as an opportunity for our business in the future.
Once having established a problem or an opportunity that we wish to explore, we would do some research. We might wish to conduct both secondary and primary research. We would consider conducting qualitative and/or quantitative research and use different survey types. We would check and evaluate the quality of our research data by critically applying the terms validity and reliability. The gathered data might be used in a process of conducting different analysis. Internal analysis, which could include a look at the company accounts, current business model, core competencies, and others. And external analysis, such as PEST, Porter's 5 forces, competitor analysis, and others. And ultimately, we would summarize all our research in a SWOT. This can be followed by a TOWS in order to identify several strategic options to choose between. This will enable us to make informed strategic decisions about which direction to take.
The SWOT analysis will help us build on strengths by identifying areas of our business that are performing well. These areas are critical success factors as they give our business its competitive advantage. Identifying these strengths can help us to maintain them, as growing our business involves finding ways of using and building on these strengths. For example, a strength of our business could be excellent sales staff with strong knowledge of existing products. Therefore, we can promote our staff's product knowledge in our next advertising campaign. Weaknesses are the characteristics that put a business at a disadvantage to others. By conducting a SWOT analysis, we can minimize our weaknesses by identifying these characteristics and improving them before they become a problem. When conducting a SWOT analysis, it is important to be realistic about weaknesses in our business so we can deal with them adequately. For example, a weakness of our business could be our staff are currently struggling to meet deadlines due to high workload. Therefore, we would need to either hire more staff or streamline current processes. A SWOT analysis can help us identify opportunities that our business could take advantage of to make greater profits. Opportunities are created by external factors, such as new consumer trends and changes in the market. For example, an opportunity for our business could be that there are limited product options available in the market. Therefore, we could create a more diverse product portfolio to meet the market need. Threats are external factors that could cause problems for our business, such as changes to the market, a competitor's new advertising campaign, or new government policy. A SWOT analysis can help us identify threats and ways to counteract them, depending on our strengths and weaknesses. For example, a threat for our business could be a downturn in economy, leading to people spending less. Therefore, we could look at consolidating our financial positions and reevaluate our product offerings to better suit the market's needs.
Let us use an example. This cafe is located in a large city close to a busy high street. It's called the French Café, and it specializes in serving high-quality cakes and desserts. The French Café is troubled by the fact that less and less customers visit the café, and sales are decreasing as a result. The owner of the French Café has carried out some research and analysis in order to find out why the customers are looking elsewhere for their cakes and coffee. He's hoping that his research can help him make decisions about what to do to turn things around. Here is a short summary of the types of research and analysis the French Café have carried out. They have spoken to customers and suppliers. They have analyzed their financial accounts and their online presence and interactions in detail. And they have also investigated their competitors. During the process, they have collected vast amounts of data, both qualitative, quantitative, primary, and secondary. But how do they organize and summarize all this information? They need an overview that clearly shows what information is relevant, what is good and what is bad, and they need to distinguish between the information that describe their own internal situation and which describe the external environment, the world around them. This is where the SWOT comes in handy.
The SWOT analysis will help us understand the internal factors such as our organization's strengths and weaknesses, which influence our ability to take advantage of new opportunities locally as well as globally. If our organization doesn't have a capability to seize an opportunity, but decides to anyway, it could be damaging to our organizations. Similarly, if we do have the capability to seize an opportunity and don't, our competition may gain a large advantage over us, which would once again be damaging for our organization.
The SWOT is like a large bucket where all the conducted research and analysis is collected. However, the information is not just thrown in at random. Instead, it is neatly organized and presented in order to provide the overview that we were looking for. Firstly, we will collect and present all the internal information that we find relevant. We will divide them into what we believe to be strengths of the French Café and what we believe to be their weaknesses. Let us highlight just a few of these findings. Let us start with the strengths. The analysis showed financial stability, and the confectioner is French and highly experienced, which brings great authenticity to the café. Some of the weaknesses revealed by the research were a high turnover of staff, which causes excessive time spent on hiring and training, and the building, it's quite run down, which shows. Secondly, we collect and present all the external information that we find relevant. We will divide this into what can be considered as opportunities. These are external developments that we might want to take advantage of. And threats. These are things that could have a negative impact on us. Some of the opportunities discovered are food tourism. An increased number of tourists actively seek out high-quality food experiences, and a general increase in disposable income. Some of the threats revealed are an increased focus on healthy living. This could be a threat considering the high fat and sugar content in the French café's products. And locally, competition has increased considerably, with many new restaurants and cafés opening up. Many more strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats should be included in the SWOT, but for the purpose of this video, we will deal with just these few to serve as an example. Now let us make the move from the SWOT to the TOWS. The purpose of the TOWS is to come up with possible strategic options based on the findings in the SWOT. We start by bringing in the SWOT and placing the 4 areas like this. Then we create 4 squares in the middle. These will serve as our framework for creating strategic options. Now let us see what strategic options our strengths and opportunities allow us to create. One option could be to create an offering and campaign targeted directly at food tourists. Our strength in having a highly skilled and experienced confectioner allows us to capitalize on this recent trend. Now let us see what strategic options our strengths and threats could generate. One option could be to intensify promotional activities. Our strong financial situation should provide us with the resources needed to face the threat of increasing competition. Let us move on to see what strategic options our weaknesses and opportunities could create. We could reorganize and invest in staff well-being in order to create a more consistent and positive cafe experience for our customers. If we are to take advantage of the general increase in disposable income and trends in our favor, then we will need to minimize our weakness of the poor staff retention rates. Finally, let us look at what options our weaknesses and the threats might suggest. We could carry out much-needed repairs on the building or even consider moving location. If we are to face the increase in competition and appear attractive to our customers, then it could be necessary to minimize this weakness. Many more strategic options could be generated in a TOWS, but for the purpose of this video, we have created just a few to serve as an example. So, the SWOT is a useful tool to conclude, organize, and summarize our conducted research and analysis. It provides us with a good overview of what our findings mean to the French Café. And the TOWS is a useful tool for taking the next step of generating strategic options, possible actions we can take based on our findings.